The pursuit of genuine, magnetic connection remains one of the most profound and misunderstood journeys in human experience. We navigate a world saturated with surface-level advice-rehearsed lines, tactical games, and superficial displays, all promising a shortcut to desire and influence. Yet, deep down, a silent struggle persists. You can attract attention, spark chemistry, even secure dates, but a haunting question lingers. Why am I not the one who is remembered? Not the fleeting thought, but the enduring presence, the energy that lingers in a room long after you've left, the voice that echoes in someone's mind, the feeling that becomes a benchmark for what connection is supposed to feel like. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding a fundamental, overlooked truth. Lasting impact, profound attraction, and deep trust do not begin with physical action or persuasive speech. They are born in the silent theater of the mind, ignited by an emotional awakening that exists far beyond appearances. Most people, especially those socialized to perform and achieve, miss this entirely. They operate under a deficit model, believing they must add something more charm, more wit, more material proof to be worthy of connection. They focus on output, on giving everything away too quickly in hopes of being accepted. In doing so, they inadvertently sever the very neural and emotional circuits that foster true, magnetic draw. The individuals who leave an indelible mark, who become emotional landmarks in the lives of others, operate from a different paradigm. They understand that their most powerful tool is not what they do, but who they are being in any given moment. They have learned, consciously or not, to activate three invisible, psychological switches within the people they engage with. These switches don't command or coerce, they invite. They create a space where the other person can relax, open, feel profoundly seen, and experience a desire to connect that feels organic, exciting, and full before a single intentional touch is ever made. This is the silent divide. On one side, performance, effort, and the fear of being forgotten. On the other, presence, essence, and the art of being unforgettable. Does this ring true for you so far? Drop a comment below with the word presence if you're starting to see the difference. The fear at the heart of the struggle, the fear of being nice but invisible, competent but not captivating, replaced by someone more grounded and magnetic, is ironic. The very effort to impress to avoid this fate is what perpetuates it. It broadcasts anxiety, not assurance, scarcity, not abundance. True security, the kind that magnetizes, comes from a foundation of inner stability. Pioneering researchers and philosophers have long pointed to this. Attraction deepens when an individual is fully occupying their authentic, grounded energy.
When you are present, emotionally available, and centered, you emit a signal that allows others to drop their guard, to trust, and to open into their own receptive state. Their nervous system calms. Their mind becomes curious. Their desire sparks and spreads naturally. Most never achieve this balance. The chatter of insecurity manifests as over-talking, over-explaining, deflecting with humor, or hiding behind a facade of charm. It's a failure to connect with what truly, deeply resonates with another human being. The palpable experience of being in the presence of someone whose energy is steady, alive, and centered, someone who makes you feel seen, desired, and safe all at once. The science is unequivocal. Neuroimaging studies reveal that the brain's circuits for anticipation and desire light up long before physical contact is even possible. Landmark research from institutions like Harvard underscores that dopamine, the neurotransmitter of craving, motivation, and focused attention, peaks in the anticipation of a reward, not necessarily in its consummation. Desire is a cognitive and emotional prelude. It begins in the imagination. It is a story the mind starts writing long before the body enters the narrative. The three invisible switches that direct this internal story are: 1. Deep attention, the profound pleasure of being truly seen and heard. 2. Tension and mystery, the exhilarating pleasure of anticipation and the unknown. 3. Exciting safety, the liberating pleasure of surrendering into trust without fear. When you learn to embody the states that flip these switches, you cease to be merely noticed. You become felt. You become remembered. You transition from being a participant in someone's life to becoming a point of reference within it, unforgettable, impactful, and irreplaceable. Switch 1. The hidden architecture of attention. The pleasure of being truly seen. Imagine the last time you spoke with someone and felt, with every fiber of your being, that they were fully with you. Not just hearing your words, but receiving your essence. Their phone was away. Their eyes didn't dart around the room. Their responses weren't just waiting for their turn to speak, they flowed from a deep listening that caught the emotion behind your words, the subtle shift in your tone, the unspoken meaning in your pause. How did that feel? For most, it's a rare and disarming experience. It feels like a gift. It feels like being welcomed home to yourself in the presence of another. This is the first and most fundamental switch, deep attention. It is the non-negotiable foundation upon which everything else is built. Without it, mystery seems like evasion, and safety feels like disinterest. With it, you create the fertile ground for profound connection. Most people are physically present but psychologically absent. They sit across the table, they nod, they may even maintain eye contact, but their internal world is a storm of distraction. What should I say next?
Do they like me? Did I sound clever? This internal noise broadcasts a silent, powerful signal. I'm not here with you. I'm over there, with my own anxieties. Humans, exquisitely tuned to detect such misalignment, sense this immediately. It manifests in micro-signals, a glance that breaks a fraction to often, a foot tapping with restless energy, a reply that is cognitively accurate but emotionally misaligned. When this distracted signal is received, a biological and psychological closure occurs. The other person's nervous system subtly tenses. A part of them withdraws for self-protection. Their mind becomes more guarded, their emotional flow becomes cautious, and the potential for any kind of spark is dimmed at its source. It's not a conscious decision, it's a primal, autonomic response to perceived emotional unavailability. Now, contrast this with the energy of true presence. When you offer deep, calm, focused attention, you initiate a powerful shift. You communicate without uttering a single word. In this moment, nothing is more important than this interaction. You have the full weight of my awareness. This is not about intense staring or oppressive focus. It is about a relaxed, full-bodied listening where your entire being, your posture, your still hands, your soft gaze is aligned with receptive curiosity. What happens in the other person when they receive this signal? Their nervous system downregulates. Breath deepens. Shoulders relax. A sigh of unconscious relief is released. Emotional walls begin to soften. The need to perform or defend oneself diminishes. The pleasure centers of the brain engage. Being truly seen and understood is a profound human reward. It triggers a sense of validation and significance. They feel safe to reveal their authentic self. When someone feels your attention is a sanctuary, not a spotlight, they will begin to share more of their genuine thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities. This is where many misunderstand. They think attention is about giving compliments, asking questions from a script. But deep attention is about being. It's an energetic stance. It's the quality of your silence. It's the feeling someone gets when they realize you are not just listening to their words, but you are feeling their emotional frequency. Why is this so rare and therefore so powerful? We live in an economy of distraction. Our attention is the most fragmented and commodified resource in history. To bestow your undivided, calm, human attention on another person is an act of immense value and rebellion. It instantly separates you from 99% of other interactions in their life. You are no longer just another person talking to them, you become the person who saw them. Think of a person who has truly seen you in your life. What was that experience like? Type "seen" in the comments to acknowledge the power of this moment. Deep attention is the master key. It is the on switch for human connection. When this switch is activated, you create a container of trust. Within this container, everything else your humor, your intelligence, your passion lands with greater impact and authenticity. The other person's mind shifts from "do I like this person?" to "this person gets me." This is the silent, powerful pivot upon which all lasting attraction turns. If this breakdown of true presence is hitting home for you, hit that like button now. It tells the algorithm this content matters and helps others find it. Switch 2. The alchemy of mystery and tension, the pleasure of anticipation. With the solid foundation of deep attention established, we now introduce the element that transforms warm connection into magnetic attraction, tension, and mystery. This is perhaps the most artistically misunderstood and clumsily executed principle in human dynamics. When mentioned, it conjures images of game playing, aloofness, or intentional obscurity. That is a corruption of its true form. Authentic mystery is not about hiding, it's about having a self so rich and multi-layered that it cannot be fully revealed in a single sitting. Let's define the problem most people face. Predictability is the silent killer of desire. The human brain is a prediction engine. It craves efficiency. Once it has solved you once, it believes it has a complete map of your thoughts, your reactions, your history, your desires. Its curiosity wanes. The neural search party is called off. Attention drifts. This is why sharing your entire life story, your every insecurity, and your future plans on a first meeting often leads to a sudden drop in interest. You have given away the entire book in the preface. There are no pages left to turn. True desire, neuroscience confirms, thrives in the state of anticipation. Dopamine, that crucial molecule of motivation and focused pursuit, is not primarily released upon achieving a goal, but in the pursuit of it. The brain is more captivated by the possibility of what could be than by the certainty of what is. The thrill is in the chase, not a chase of another person, but the chase of understanding, of discovery within another person. This is the secret function of healthy mystery. It keeps the mind of the other person engaged in the positive, pleasurable work of discovery. When you are not entirely transparent, when you reveal depth gradually, you invite them to use their imagination. They begin to wonder, what does that glance mean? Where did he learn to do that? What's the story behind that one curious phrase she used? You become a compelling story they are actively co-authoring in their own mind. How does this work in practice? Without manipulation, you practice gradual revelation. You share meaningful aspects of yourself in layers, over time, contextually. A profound belief is revealed during a deep conversation, not dumped in a text message. A hidden talent surfaces naturally in a relevant moment. You embrace the power of the pause. In conversation, you don't rush to fill every silence. A thoughtful pause after a question, a moment of quiet reflection before an answer, speaks of depth and consideration. It creates a gentle, positive tension. You maintain an inner life that is separate and compelling. You have passions, missions, friendships, and challenges that exist independently of the new connection. This isn't secrecy, it's wholeness. When you speak from the fullness of your own life, you naturally have more to reveal over time. You are not a satellite orbiting them, you are a planet with your own gravity. You understand that words are only part of the message. Your energy, your calm and stressful situations, your reactions to surprises, these communicate volumes about your inner world without a single explanation. The opposite of this is over-explaining. The nervous need to justify your feelings, your past, your actions, or your silence. Over-explaining screams insecurity and seeks validation. It attempts to control another's perception by furnishing all the data. But perception cannot be controlled, it can only be invited. Mystery is the gracious invitation. Over-explaining is the desperate lecture. This is the critical balance. You are fully present, switch 1, but not fully KNOW, switch 2. You are open, but not empty. You are engaging, but your depths are not immediately plumbable. This creates a dynamic, living tension, not the anxiety-filled tension of uncertainty, but the pleasurable tension of delightful uncertainty. It's the difference between reading a boring, straightforward manual and being engrossed in a captivating novel. One informs, the other enthralls. Comment mystery below if you've ever experienced the pull of someone who had this quality, or if you recognize areas where you might be giving too much away too fast. The result of activating this switch is that you become a source of positive cognitive engagement. You occupy mental real estate. The other person thinks about you when you're not there, not out of anxiety, but out of a genuine, intrigued curiosity. Their imagination works for you, building you up in their mind in a way your own boasting never could. This is the alchemy, transforming your presence from a known quantity into a delightful question, a question they are deeply interested in answering. Are you beginning to see how these switches build upon each other? Share this video with a friend who needs to understand that attraction is more than just looks or cheesy pickup lines. Switch 3. Exciting safety, the pleasure of surrendering without fear. We arrive at the apex, the synthesis point where deep connection and magnetic attraction fuse into something transformative, exciting safety. This is the master switch, the most complex and rarest to encounter. It resolves the fundamental paradox that governs deep human attraction: the need for absolute safety and the craving for exhilarating excitement. Most people present as one or the other, creating a fatal flaw in their connective capacity. The safe but boring archetype: this person is predictable, reliable, and kind. They pose no emotional threat. Their energy is steady but flat. While comfortable, their presence lacks vitality, edge, or spontaneous life force. Interacting with them may feel calming, but it never feels alive. There is no tension, no surprise, no sense of adventure. The mind, and thus desire, grows placid and disengaged. Safety without excitement becomes emotional stagnation. The exciting but unstable archetype: this person is thrilling, intense, and full of passionate energy. They are unpredictable and seem deeply alive. However, their unpredictability stems from internal chaos, volatile moods, inconsistent behavior, unreliability. This creates anxiety, not attraction. The nervous system is kept in a state of low-grade alarm, trying to predict the next shift. While the excitement is present, the foundational safety is utterly absent. One cannot surrender or open deeply when braced for potential emotional turbulence. True. Magnetic security, exciting safety, is the seamless fusion of these two poles. It is the embodied message: my foundation is unshakably solid, my character is trustworthy and consistent, yet my spirit is vibrant, passionate, and irresistibly alive. With me, you can let go completely because the ground beneath you is rock solid, while the experience around you is vividly compelling. What does this look and feel like in practice? Emotional consistency, not boredom. Your mood is not dictated by external validation or trivial events. You are not overly reactive. A minor slight doesn't ruin your evening. A compliment doesn't inflate your ego. This consistency provides a safe, predictable emotional climate. However, within that climate, your enthusiasms, passions, and convictions have intensity. You speak about what you love with fire. You have a spark in your eye when engaged in a meaningful debate. Your laugh is genuine and full-bodied. The content of your emotional life is dynamic, but the container is stable. Directional certainty with adaptive spark. You have a sense of purpose, values, and direction. You are not blown about by every trend or opinion. This provides a profound sense of safety. You are a man or woman of substance. Yet, within your journey, you are spontaneous, playful, and open to adventure. You can pivot to explore a curious side street, tell a spontaneous story, or plan an unexpected trip. The path is clear, but the walk along it is filled with discovery. The capacity to hold space for intensity. This is crucial. When emotions run high during a conflict, a moment of passion, or a shared profound experience, you do not collapse, retreat, or become aggressive. You hold the space. You remain grounded. Your calm is not passive, it is a powerful, active force that contains the energy of the moment without being overwhelmed by it. This allows the other person to fully feel and express their own intensity, be it anger, desire, grief, or joy, knowing you are a stable anchor in the storm. This experience of being emotionally held is profoundly intimate and trust-building. Why is this combination so neurologically and psychologically potent? It satisfies our deepest, seemingly contradictory needs. Our lower brainstem and limbic system, concerned with survival, scan for safety, reliability, and non-threat. This switch signals SAFE, Simultaneously, our neocortex and dopamine reward systems seek novelty, stimulation, and growth. This switch signals exciting. When both signals are received congruently, the entire human system can open. Defenses drop. The heart opens. The mind, no longer tasked with vigilance, is free to immerse fully in the pleasure of connection and the thrill of attraction. Surrender becomes possible because fear is absent. This is the switch that transforms a memorable evening into a core memory. It's what makes someone think being with them feels like coming home and going on a great adventure at the same time. It's the difference between liking someone and feeling irrevocably drawn to their essence. Do you know someone who embodies this exciting safety? Or do you struggle with leaning too far to one side, to safe or to chaotic? Type balance in the comments and let's discuss. Mastering understanding these switches is one thing. Embodying them is the lifelong practice of authentic magnetism. It is not a three-step trick, but a paradigm shift from external performance to internal cultivation. Let's translate this into a practical framework for your daily life and interactions. 1. Cultivating deep attention, the foundation. Practice single tasking. In conversations, put your phone away out of sight. Still your body. Make your primary goal not to respond, but to understand. Listen to learn, not to rebut. Calibrate your energy. Before an important interaction, take 60 seconds to breathe deeply and center yourself. Release the agenda to impress. Set the intention, I will be fully present. Listen for the unspoken. Pay attention to body language, tone, and what is not being said. A simple, reflective statement like, "It seems like that was really meaningful for you," shows profound listening. Your CTA. Did you try a single tasking conversation today? How did it feel? Describe your experience in the comments. 2. Cultivating healthy mystery and tension, the art of revelation. Audit your communication. Are you someone who texts paragraphs about your day without being asked? Do you explain your motives unsolicited? Practice restraint. Let information emerge organically.
Develop a rich, independent life. Your magnetism is directly proportional to the quality of your life when you are alone. Invest in your hobbies, your health, your friendships, and your mission. This gives you inherent substance and things to reveal over time. Become comfortable with comfortable silence. Don't rush to fill every pause. A shared, peaceful silence can be more intimate than a flood of words. It allows the other person to lean in, both physically and mentally. Your CTA. What's one passion or project you have that you don't often talk about? Share it below. Let's normalize having rich inner worlds. 3. Cultivating exciting safety, the mastery of self. Do the inner work. This is non-negotiable. Address your traumas, triggers, and insecurities through therapy, journaling, or mentorship. A calm core is built by processing your chaos, not ignoring it. Define your non-negotiables. Know your values and boundaries. A person without boundaries cannot make others feel safe, because their yes has no meaning and their no has no strength. Pair consistency with enthusiasm. Be reliably kind, honest, and punctual. At the same time, allow your genuine excitement for life to show. Be the person who can calmly handle a crisis but also gets visibly excited about a great meal or a beautiful sunset. Practice emotional containment. When faced with drama or high emotion, practice responding instead of reacting. Take a breath, feel the feeling, but choose the action. Your steadiness will become your most attractive feature. Your CTA, which is harder for you, creating safety or maintaining excitement? Comment safety or excitement and let's see where this community needs the most focus. The unforgettable impact, becoming an emotional landmark. When you consciously cultivate these 3 states, when you learn to offer deep attention, maintain a respectful mystery, and radiate exciting safety, you undergo a fundamental transformation. You stop seeking validation through connection and begin offering an experience of connection that is rare and valuable. You are no longer the person trying to be interesting, the person hoping to be liked, the person competing for attention. You become the person who is genuinely interested, the person who is inherently captivating, the person who naturally commands respectful attention. Your interactions cease to be transactions and become transformations. You don't just have conversations, you create experiences. You don't just get dates, you build connections that have depth and resonance. People won't just remember what you said, they will remember how you made them feel seen, intrigued, and utterly safe in their own skin. This is the path to becoming unforgettable, not for a night, but for a lifetime. You become an emotional landmark in someone's personal history, a point of reference for what it means to feel truly connected, desired, and at peace.
This is not about changing your personality. It is about upgrading your presence. It is about moving from a mindset of lack, I need them to like me, to a mindset of abundance, I have a profound quality of presence to share. The 3 switches are simply the map to that upgraded state of being. If this word's deep dive has sparked something in you, a recognition, a hope, a new understanding, then you cannot be passive. The algorithm is brutal. Content like this, which seeks to actually transform lives instead of just entertain, gets buried unless you, the awakened viewer, take action. Here is what you need to do right now: 1. Like this video. Don't just think about it. Do it. That simple click tells YouTube this content has value. 2. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss what comes next. We are building a community of people committed to depth, authenticity, and mastery. Click that button and turn on all notifications. 3. Share this video aggressively. Share it in your group chats. Send it to your brothers, your sisters, your friends who are struggling. Post it on your social media with your thoughts. Your share could literally change someone's life. Be the person who spreads transformative knowledge. 4. Comment extensively. The comment section is where the community comes alive. Tell me which switch was the biggest revelation. Ask your most burning question. Share your story. Debate a point. I read every single comment. Your engagement fuels this channel and helps others learn from your perspective. This is more than a video. This is an invitation to a different way of living and connecting. The journey to becoming unforgettable starts with a single, deliberate step. Take that step now. What's the one question you still have after all of this? Leave it below. Let's get the conversation started.